Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to tell you about January's Lola's Choice kit. I've decided to start giving you little videos to tell you everything that goes into some of my new designs because there's always a really nice background story when I choose yarn or decide to do a pattern or think about a new concept for a design, and I really enjoy sharing those with you. So, Lola's Choice is my small knitted kit club, and I work on Lola's Choice with my alter ego Lola. Lola is really fun. She's a little more fun than I am, I would say. And she, for January's kit, told me that we needed a new headband. I wear headbands a lot in the winter when I'm hiking, partially because they just work better with my hair. Big hair and hats don't always work. And so Lola remembered that a headband that she absolutely loved that Jill Draper designed years ago called, I think it was called Laurel. And Laurel had this really cool cabled pocket for your ears. So we decided to jump off with that and design a headband for you guys. And I designed Twistola. And Twistola is a highly cabled headband with fat cables in it that hold your ears beautifully. And I'm just going to try it on so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I think you get a really good idea of the cables. And they fit right over your ears beautifully. It stays in place when you're hiking. It adds this really lovely texture and dimension, and it is super fast and fun to knit. Another way that Lola discovered that she loves wearing Twistola, which I also am really into, is this kind of over the hair way. Instead of going underneath your hair, you can go over like that, still have it over your ears. Again, it's warm and lovely. And a few people in my Ravelry group, I noticed that they're wearing it as cowls around their neck, which also works. So multiple ways to wear your Twistola. I'm going to go back for this over the head look. Things to tell you about Twistola. It was hard to name. Sometimes I know a name when I'm working on a design right away, and sometimes names just come to me out of the blue before I'm even knitting. I think the working name for Twistola was Earola because of your ears and the name Lola, and that was like a dumb name and it did not flow off the tongue. So I spent some time kind of looking at this design and talking with friends about it, and we came up with Twistola, and I really love it. I think it speaks to the design, it speaks to that it's part of Lola's Choice, and I think it's fun to say. It just has a little bit of whimsy about it that works for me. So, those of you that signed up for Lola's Choice and got January 2020 kit, I want to tell you about everything that went into the kit. The first, probably most important thing to tell you about is the yarn that went into the kit. The yarn that went into the kit is Snefnug. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly. Snefnug means snowflake in Danish. It is from a yarn company, Kama Rose. Kama Rose is based outside of Copenhagen, and I found out about them when I was looking for yarns for my ultimate knitting cruise that was supposed to happen in 2020, in the summer of 2020. I was looking for a yarn that was from the Copenhagen area because we were going in and out of Denmark on the cruise. And I was going to design a sweater with it, a colorwork sweater. I am still going to design a colorwork sweater with it. I bought a bunch of Snefnug in other colors. You can see some of them behind me on the table. I just haven't quite gotten around to that yet. But I have a bunch of yarn in different colors. I'm working in this really beautiful golden color right now to make another Twistola for myself or a gift. I haven't quite decided yet. To tell you a little bit about the construction of Snefnug, what's really interesting about Snefnug, it is 55% alpaca, 35% cotton, and 10% merino. That cotton bit is actually a tube, and the alpaca and merino fibers are blown into that tube. So it creates a yarn that is really sturdy and doesn't pill easily, but is also incredibly soft and lofty. So if you've worked with Let Lopi before, which is an Icelandic yarn that I absolutely love, but it is a little bit more toothy toothy or scratchy. Snefnug is incredibly soft against the skin, but it also wears really well, and it's very light, so it's not like a dense, heavy fiber. I definitely should tell you that it's an Aran weight fiber, very similar weight to Let Lopi. And if you haven't ever knit with this yarn, it's pretty easy to get. So I'm not going to end up having kits for Twistola in my shop just because I don't typically just carry yarn and sell a pattern. I like my kits to have a little bit more in them. But there are a bunch of stores that carry Snefnug. So if you Google Snefnug, you'll find a bunch of different stores that carry it if you want to try it at some point. Other things that went into the kit, and I'm going to do this carefully because it's really crinkly in the sound if I move it too fast, and I'll get bonus points with my camera guy if I'm slow. So the other thing you got, I totally distracted myself there. This is an Emmy's coconut cookie. Emmy's is a local Ithaca company. They started out super small at the farmer's market and they've grown quite considerably. And I absolutely love all of their cookies. They have chocolate covered ones. They have these regular ones. They come in a bunch of different flavors. Everybody in their club kit got one of these. I think people devoured them quickly. I wish I could have included more than one so you could share them with somebody else in your house, but I hope you got it for yourself if you like coconut. If you want more, I'll put a link to Emmy's below. I suggest signing up for their newsletter because they send out coupon codes every so often, and that's a great way to maybe get a box of them and have them whenever you are craving a sweet, healthy treat for yourself. Other things in the kit, there isn't that much more in the kit. Y'all got a tiger's eye cable marker, or I don't know why I'm putting my hand over my face y'all got a stitch marker or cable marker that is a tiger's eye heart. And I made all of these for you guys. In December, I spent a few evenings making them. I would make about 50 at a time. It was actually really fun. I love doing production crafting where you just kind of get into the fast meditative way of doing something. And I chose tiger's eye for a specific reason. I wanted to read to you what the qualities of tiger's eye stone are because I think it'll make sense to you why I chose tiger's eye for your hearts. Besides that, the color of tiger's eye looks great for the color that I chose for the headband. So tiger's eye is a powerful stone that helps you to release fear and anxiety and aids harmony and balance. It stimulates taking action and helps you to make decisions with discernment, understanding, and unclouded by your emotions. The other thing that I read about tiger's eye in another description is that it helps your immunity stay strong, and I think that's certainly something we all are interested in doing right now. So everything I read about tiger's eye, it just really spoke to me as a stone that would make sense for an accessory for your kit. The other thing this does functionally is serve as a cable marker in the pattern. So because Twistola has some really long rows, many rows in between your cables, it can be hard to keep track of where you are in the pattern. And that marker will help you keep track of things so you know where you are. You'll just place it after you work a cable and then work ahead and you can count down. I do include a tutorial in the pattern that's exclusive to the pattern that will help you learn how to use a cable marker like that if you haven't used one before. I try to do that with patterns, give you exclusive videos that teach you tricksy bits and keep your knitting moving forward. I think Twistola is a great beginning knitting pattern that will teach you knitting skills. So if you are a fearless knitter, go for it with Twistola. You can buy the pattern on my website or Ravelry and find any Aran weight yarn to knit it in. I'm really excited to see what other yarns and other colors people are coming up with for their Twistolas. It's a fun pattern, and I think next winter people will be getting Twistola as a holiday present. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not sure what else to tell you besides that I so appreciate the opportunity to share not share, but go a little bit deeper into my design so you understand the how and the why behind all of my decisions. There's always reasons I do things. Sometimes with Lola, there's absolutely no reason. She just feels like it and she goes for it. And I appreciate her for that. If you aren't signed up for Lola's Choice and you wish you were, sign-ups are rolling. You can sign up for it anytime. I love knitting along with you guys. I have an absolute blast coming up with new things to teach you, and the next few kits are quite intriguing, and I'm excited. It's hard when I know about things and you don't know about them yet, and I have to keep it a secret, and I hate keeping secrets. So happy knitting.